Hi, my name is Lisa. I am on on a journey to go from surviving to thriving. I'm focusing on my budget and my health and making myself a priority. And I am going into week 3. So I'm sharing a little bit of an update about the financial journey today. Well, it has been 2 weeks now since I started doing the budget by paycheck method again, and I wanted to just share a little update about how it's going, my thoughts about it, challenges, all the things. So I started with nothing listed on the checking because it was a carryover from December into January because of my first paycheck. So it's a little bit of a hodgepodge right up here. I have to admit, I don't love math. So I'm working my way through it. As I get through the weeks, it will get better. But this is real life, and I'm just doing the best that I can. So these right here are my fixed expenses. Once they have cleared, then I check them off. So this is what I intend to pay, and this is what I actually paid. And of course, there was the $100 cushion. I just didn't check that because it was already there. So I was right on the mark for everything that I planned on paying. Down here, I have my variable expenses. Now, ideally, Budget Mom, Miko Love, Kamiko, she recommends spending a whole entire month just tracking your expenses so that you have an idea of what you're spending your money on. I did that before, so I have an idea, but I didn't want to wait. I wanted to jump in. So I am monitoring each week and updating as needed. So I kind of went with what I was doing before. However, gas is different because I was a full-time DoorDasher and I just got a new job in November. So I'm not really sure of my gas expenses just yet because new job, holidays, snow days. So I think I've only really had one full week paycheck so far to work on. And I'm supplementing that with DoorDash income. So I get paid on Friday from my day job, and then I cash out my DoorDash on Sunday night. So I have to wait until Sunday in order to complete this over here, which is my sinking funds. This is what I want to save. And I'm also being conservative with what I have. Kind of that starvation mentality I'm just so used to not having that I'm too afraid I'm going to overspend. So I only saved a few the first week. And this is the current week budget that I'm working with. So what I started with in my checking account, my pay from my day job, my dash pay, and then the total that I have to work with. This is this current week, which ends today. So all my fixed expenses, what I need to pay, and then what I actually did pay. And I keep the doctors on here just because I don't want to forget them. And this is the current total that I owe. And these ones are the current total that I owe and the date that they're due. So I just divided by the number of weeks that I have to work with. Down here are my variable expenses, what I budgeted for, and then what I actually paid. And I didn't fill this in until this morning, and I just went up and I added all of my expenses that I recorded of things that I purchased. So this is another reason why I added household and other. Other is that miscellaneous category. I actually bought a hat for my husband. So that wasn't in my budget, but I still spent the money, so it has to be recorded. And then over here are my sinking funds that I'm saving for. And this is the first week so far that I'm actually putting any money into them. So January, it's a challenge. It's only $1. I got that. Emergency fund, vet, car, garden, home, and medical. This is what I planned on. And then this is what I actually took out of the bank. But then I bought kitty litter yesterday, which wasn't in the plan, and I had all this cash. So I used some of this cash. So this is a tiny bit different because it was $14. So I'm going to divide it between these two. And then over here, I didn't have this one before. So this is the cash envelope breakdown. So I know what money I'm taking out of the bank. So again, I write down the funds, and the plan is I'll be taking cash out for these ones as well and put them in my binder that I have in my purse. So I spend with cash. But then over here, so this is what I'm taking out. And then you break it down by denominations. And then in the very back, these are printables that came with this, but she also has them available on her website, budgetmom.com. So then you just write down the denomination, how many, and then the value, and then it should equal the total amount. And you take that to the bank, and you just hand that to the teller. So this is what I took to the bank. And they just give you the exact number of bills that you need to fill your envelopes. This is the expense tracker, and every expense has a different category. So I know the colors are a little bit hard to see, but red, those are my fixed expenses. That's my debt. Those are my bills. Gray is gas. Eating out is this one. Cats, groceries, household, other. And that's all of them. So then I marked it right here because this is everything that I spent in the first week, and I can see exactly where my money is going. And this is how I added up my categories so that I know what I'm spending in my variable expenses. At the end of the month, I will tally all of the different categories so I can see exactly how much I'm spending on each category. And if I need to tweak it, if I'm spending too much in any one area. I personally do not have personal care as a category. I also don't have fun as a category. At this point in my life, it's not necessarily in my budget. I'm also very low maintenance. One of the hardest things to overcome when you start doing something like this is when you're watching all the videos and you see how people who have been doing this for a while and are farther along in their budget journey, the money they have to work with and the things that they're saving for and spending on, do not fall into the comparison trap. It's so easy to do, and I've done it, and I find myself feeling defeated. But today, I feel fantastic because I have cash in this envelope, and I'm going to start putting money into my savings funds. It's not a lot. It's not a lot, but it's something. It's something, and I feel good about that, and I can't compare my progress to anybody else's, and neither can you. So these are my sinking funds. If you haven't seen, I have a January challenge, which is a Christmas word, and you match a letter to the corresponding number. So A is 1, all the way to Z, and that's the amount of money you save for the month of January. So I'm doing this one. I have an emergency fund for obviously unplanned emergencies. Vet, because we have 13 cats. Yeah, I know. 6 inside, 7 outside, but we need an emergency fund. That's all there is to it. Car, maintenance, registration, tires, oil change, things like that. garden because eventually we want to be able to grow food that we eat. And I would like to have a cottage garden in the front yard. Home for any upgrades, maintenance, repairs, anything like that. And medical for copay and medicine. Also, if we buy like anything that we need, like a TENS unit or a wrist brace or a back brace, things like that. But this week, I actually have money to fill all of them. So I'm very excited about that. So Jolly Cash is the first one. The letter is A, which is only 1. So I have money in here already. Here is my tracker. And I did take money from the bank, so I have $1 to add. This is today. And I'm adding $1. And by the time this one is done, I should have $55. And then for my emergency fund, I do have money in there, which is also exciting. And I am adding 20. Now, I do actually have money in my savings as well. So that's nice. So plus 20. And I will just tally these up later. Vet. Not much, but again, it's good to see it grow. It is. And I know $20 is not going to do anything, but I'm not going to be discouraged because it's there. Car. Now, I did take some money out of this one, so I am, and there I took out 5. And this one I'm putting in 20. So it's getting back. If you take money out for whatever reason, you always have to record it, even if you didn't want to. And this one is a big old goose egg, but not anymore. And the goal is to put $21 every week. I'm already behind, but that's because I don't have as much time to fill this one. Home also has nothing in it. And medical does have something in it. Okay, so I'm going to give home $20. So date, description, I just do plus or minus 20. And medical was supposed to be 20, but again, I had to take some money out because we needed puppy pads for our senior kitty. And this one, it's just going to be 5 today. And I have a penny left over from the cash that I took, and that goes into my savings jar. And there it is. Sinking funds, growing. Slowly, but still growing. So if you are still here, thank you for watching the video. I do appreciate it. If you found value in this, like, comment. If you have any questions, put them down below. Suggestions for future videos. If you found this helpful at all, please let me know. And if you think that you know someone that might appreciate this video, then please pass it along to them. If you want to see more videos like this and follow along with my journey, then please subscribe. And I'll see you next time.